Hi, this is Sarah McClellan with Pixels and Pills, and we're at the BDI Mobile Healthcare Communication Case Studies and Roundtables in New York City. I'm standing here with Dr. Robert Goldberg, official title, and you did work hard. So tell us a little bit about your background and what brings you here today.
Well, thank you very much. I'm with the Center for Medicine in the Public Interest, and we're a group that emphasizes the acceleration of personalized medicine. And I've worked in healthcare for the last 20 years trying to advocate for people's access to the right medicine at the right time. Actually, I wrote the book, Tabloid Medicine, because my daughter had actually read information on the internet that scared the heck out of her, and it almost killed her. And in the wake of the scare about vaccines, which I write about in the book, it really occurred to me that, while the internet can be a very powerful force for empowering individuals, it is being used increasingly to manipulate people's perceptions of the risks of health in a way that discourages the use of vaccines. Immunization rates are down when they should be up, and that has been a platform for people to create a narrative about the fact that medical progress is evil and scary, when in fact it's just the opposite.
So you talk about one of the inspirations for your book being the Wakefield fraud. How did that change people's perceptions once it came out in public that it was fraud and this information was being, provided incorrectly to people? How did that change?
Well, what's interesting is that everyone's talking about the fraud as being the problem, but it wasn't the Wakefield's thesis that vaccines cause autism was never ever proven. Right. What allowed it to run rampant for the last 10 to 12 years was the fact that it went viral on the internet and the media picked up on it and never really scrutinized whether in fact there was a connection. They basically allowed someone like Jenny McCarthy to be equal to someone like Paul Offit, who has done countless studies on the safety and efficacy of vaccines, who developed a rotavirus vaccine that saved hundreds of thousands of lives around the world, as sort of he said, she said. Right. And that's really what allowed this to spiral out of control. And we've done this again and again on the internet, questioning the safety of antidepressants, the safety of drugs for diabetes, the safety of almost every new medication, to the detriment of public health. And the reason I'm at this conference is that we now have the ability to use tools to individualize our treatment options and to sort of say, hey, I can find out treatment strategies that are right for me and individualize the risks and benefits. And I'm here really to talk about the rules of the road, about how to use the internet in ways that are, well, it's sort of like online dating. It's just to let everybody know that it sounds good in theory, but in practice you've got to individualize your use of it. So
I like that analogy. I'm like, really? Thoughts. So how has the reaction been to your book so far? Are people interested and really sort of enlightened by the fact that this has been happening and now there's an awakening to, maybe everything I read on the internet isn't the best thing for me?
Well, the initial response has been, I know somebody in my family that has used the internet to diagnose themselves, and they wind up either saying they're pregnant or they have a tumor. Whether it's a man or a woman, they say, gee, I'm pregnant or I have a tumor. Or Parkinson's or something. And that's a very, that sort of shows you that the internet is being used in a one-size-fits-all fashion. In the light of the Wakefield revelation, I think people have taken a step back to say that the internet is also being used to shape our perceptions of the risks and benefits of treatments in a way that is misleading and dangerous, that in fact medical science is being hijacked. And maybe we should use the internet to as a second opinion in consultation with our physicians.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, and all the best with your book and at the conference.
Thank you very much.
This is Sarah McClellan with Pixels and Pills.